Lily, I want to ask first, and Riz, you could probably share on this too. How hard is it, and how do you create chemistry like you did without being in the same scene for so much of the movie? I mean, in the same physical space. It seems challenging, but you pulled it off.
Yeah, I think a lot of that is David Mackenzie, our director, in terms of the intimacy of how he shot those scenes, how he lingers on shots, how he really captures that kind of human longing and need, which is, very relatable. And I think that the script was brilliantly written, and so it kind of the way the conversation flowed, and even down a relay via to get to Riz, something kind of romantic in it, and kind of so human, like really deeply kind of human.
Yeah, especially in an era where we spend so much time through screen or conversation connecting to humans. This, even though that's not why they are, it's powerful, right? Um,
It really was.
Riz, I kind of want to ask you, you spend so long in the movie. I'm sure it was in order you shot, obviously, but not speaking. And you create so much of who this person is before he opens his mouth a single time. Can you talk a little bit about how you approach that challenge?
It wasn't so much of a challenge as a gift. I always think that the challenge is the same as the gift, in any process that you do. I remember when I did Sound of Metal and I thought, oh man, I'm spending all my time learning the drums, so I've got no time to really sit with the script and think about it. That turned out to be a gift because that film wasn't about being in your head or analyzing it too much. So I was forced to just be physical. And similarly with this film, my character is not someone who's trying to make his mark on the world. He's not trying to be seen. He's not trying to be heard at all. He's trying to listen. He's trying to observe. It's about other people. And so the thing that I initially, and this is always the case, whenever there's something I think, oh, this is the thing that's blocking me, it actually ends up being the thing that unlocks things for me. And so I had to just lean into it. And it meant that I was just listening. And so much of acting is about listening. You listen with your whole body, it's something that the deaf community taught me. And some members of the New York deaf community are in this movie as well. So it was interesting, often these things start out as a challenge and they end up being a kind of a real lifesaver that force you to kind of inhabit the energy that you're supposed to.
I want to, you talk about challenges as opportunity. I've read a little bit about a project you're doing with Tom Cruise and Alejandro Inarritu, and I'd be fascinated to know how that's gone for you and what kind of challenges slash opportunities something like that brings.
Well, as you can imagine, George, I can't say a single thing about that film
Okay.
other than saying I'm as intrigued as you to see it when it's done.
Okay, that's a fair answer, obviously. Lily, when you're playing the layers of this person, and I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a lot going on. I told David, reminds me of North by Northwest a little bit. How do you keep in mind what's going on truthfully, what's going on for the audience, and what's going on like kind of like for the character, like story versus, how those different things have to serve one another in the same moment?
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it was a real dance, and it was something that David and I constantly had our eye on and were continually discussing, because there was an instinct to play it a certain way, and it would be doing a disservice to the character. There was so much, like, it's a great question, because that was, and actually it's the sort of film that I think you could watch multiple times and you'll notice different things once you've seen the film once in full. So but as Riz said, that was a challenge, but an absolute gift, because there was so much that my intentions, my motivations, the kind of duress this character is under, and how much she needs help, and how much she needs this connection with the fixer, with Riz's character, was so powerful.
Well, I have to wrap, but I do want to see it again, honestly. Afterwards, I
Oh
was like,
man.
I think I need to watch it again now. Anyway,
Good, go
thank
to
you
the
guys.
cinema.